Hello everyone. Welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to begin our previous year questions of verb, that is part 2. Well, in our earlier session, we did questions of verb based on the definition and meaning of verb. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss previous year questions of subject verb agreement, especially. So, in this session, we will discuss actually those questions that are similar to the questions that have appeared in IBPS clerk examination. So, you can say that these are not actually PYQs. In fact, these are only practice questions which are similar to those questions that have already occurred in IBPS clerk examination. So, let's begin the session. In this session, we will discuss 25 questions related to IBPS clerk examination based on the chapter verb, and that is of subject verb agreement. So basically, we are going to do the questions of subject verb agreement in this session. So these are subject verb agreement questions. Now, one more thing is there. Here we have some directions which will enable us to do these questions. So let us read these directions first. These are actually the instructions which will help us out while we are solving the questions. Read the sentence to find out whether there is an error in it. It means these are spotting errors based on subject verb agreement. So these are spotting errors. Now, what we have to do, the error, if any, will be in one part of the sentence. So this is very clear to us that may be possible that there is a sentence in which we have several parts, but the error will be only in one part of the sentence. It means if a part contains the error, that will be the answer. We need not find we need not explore the other parts whether there is an error or not, because the error will be in one part of the sentence only. The number corresponding to that part will be your answer. It means whenever we have these parts, or when as we have these parts, now what we have to do, we have to select that particular part that contains the error, and the alphabet or the letter that corresponding to that particular part will be our answer. Now, it is also possible that the sentence is absolutely correct, that there is no error in the sentence, or the sentence is entirely correct. In that case, we have to mark our answer as the no error. That will be the last option. So that will be our answer if there is no error in the sentence and if the sentence is absolutely correct. One more thing is there, ignore the errors of punctuation. It means we need not find the punctuation errors, we need not find the signs, the full stop, or the apostrophe. Those will not matter at all. In fact, we have to find out only the grammatical part of the sentence, or grammatical error in the sentence, especially related to subject verb agreement, because these are specifically subject verb agreement errors. So let's begin the session. Well, we'll discuss the solutions of these questions as well. We will discuss these questions in detail, so we'll get the solutions as well. So the first question is, neither the salary nor the work atmosphere were good in that office. So here it is written neither the salary, so we are talking about first salary, and the work atmosphere were good in that office. Now we have to look for the error in this sentence. We know very well, let me discuss this first with you. Whatever the subject that we have, this verb depends on the subject. Now we have the sentence structure like subject plus verb plus object. Now what we do, this verb always depends on the subject. If this subject is singular, the verb will be singular. The verb will be singular. That means singular verb. SV means singular verb. And if this subject is plural, the verb will be plural. That is it. Now, what happens whenever we have the verb? What we do, we just add s or es to that particular verb, which makes it singular. But if the verb is plural, if it is in its basic form, that means it is plural. That is fine. Now, here we should find out whether the subject is singular or plural. It means just to find out the subject verb agreement errors, what we need to find first, that what is the subject and what type of subject is it, whether it is singular or plural. Now let us get back to the question. Here we have the structure of neither nor. Whenever we use neither nor structure, suppose we have neither nor, either or not only but also. So it has a concept, or it has a rule that suppose after neither we have subject 1 and after nor we have subject 2. Here in this structure, what we do, verb always depends on the second or the nearest subject. In this case, or in this pattern of the sentence, in this structure of the sentence where we have neither a nor structure of the sentence and neither nor conjunction, that is correlative conjunction, what we do, this verb depends on the second or the nearest subject. Now if we look at the sentence carefully, what we have here, neither the salary, so this is the first subject, and nor the work atmosphere, this is the second subject, and verb is were. So this were depends on the nearest subject, and nearest subject is work atmosphere. Obviously atmosphere is uncountable, and uncountable is always considered singular. Therefore this were is incorrect over here. Instead it should be replaced with was. So this were is incorrect, so our answer is C. Now what we have to do, we only have to find out that which part contains error. We need not rectify the error, we just have to find out that this part contains the error. Therefore our answer is C, where this word should be replaced with was. So the correct sentence will be, neither the salary nor the work atmosphere was good in that office. So this will be the correct sentence. I hope you understood this question. Now let us move to the next one. This is question number 2 now. If I was you, I would have introduced him to the guests. Now, whenever we have a situation that is imaginary, or whenever we have some imagination, here I'm saying if I was you, obviously I cannot be you, or you cannot be me, or you cannot be I. But I'm saying that if I was there in your place, or if I was you, it means if I'm not I and if I'm you, it means suppose we it is just an imagination because we cannot be someone else, but here we are just imagining that particular situation, that if I were in that place. So in that very case, where when there is an imagination, when where we use the word I wish, as if so if after this, what we do, if the situation is imaginary, if the situation is of imagination, that is pure imagination, that is not possible at all, so which is not possible, but it is just an imagination. For example, if I say if I were a bird, obviously I cannot be a bird, but it is just an imagination, so where there is which is not possible at all. So in that case, what we do, whatever verb we use over here, it should be past plus plural. So these two conditions should be fulfilled in this case. They should be past as well as plural. They cannot be singular at all. Now here we can see it is written was, but we need were because that is the past plural form. So this was should be replaced with were. So our answer is of course A, because this part contains the error where was should be replaced with the word were. So the correct sentence will be, if I were you, I would have first introduced him to the guests. So this will be the correct answer. So our answer will be A. Now let us move to the next one. Now this is question number 3. Ashish has collected all the necessary documents and have written a good paper for this conference. Now this is very very simple, but in these types of sentences you have to look for the subject first. Uh, Suppose the sentence begins and that is with the subject, but after that we have partitive or the attributes. So partitive and attributes, they do not matter at all while we are solving the subject verb agreement errors, or the verb, it depends on the subject only. Their attribute and party and you can say uh, partitives, they do not matter at all. So what we need to do, we have to first find out what is the subject, and subject is a person or a thing that does the action or which we are talking about. So the doer of the action or the person whom we are talking about or the thing we are talking about is known as subject. So in this sentence we see that Ashish has collected. Now some work has been done, that is collected, and who has collected it, that this is Ashish. So Ashish is the subject. So this is the first subject of the sentence. Ashish has collected all the necessary documents. What he has collected, all the necessary documents. So these are the objects. And now one more thing he has done, uh, have written. Now who have done this work, who have written this? Ashish has written this. So if Ashish is the subject, he has written this. He is singular subject, and if he is singular subject, we need singular form of verb. Therefore, this have is incorrect. It should be replaced with has because our subject is singular. So we need to write only the singular form of verb. Have is used with I or the plural subject, whereas here the subject is singular. Therefore, we have to use the singular verb only. Therefore, this have should be replaced with has. So our answer is C because this have is written in C part. So our answer is C. This have should be replaced with has, and our answer is C. So this will be our answer. Now let us move to the next one. Now the next question is fourth one. We looks into the water and were frightened at the sight. Again, we know very well that verb depends on the subject only. And here the subject is we. We is plural always. And if we is plural subject, what we need to do here, looks should be replaced with look. So here the answer will be A because this part contains the error where this looks should be replaced with look. So our answer is A. This looks should be replaced with look. Looks is actually singular form of verb, whereas the subject is plural subject. So we need to write plural verb only. And this verb is singular. So we have to write plural verb, that is look. So our answer is A. Now let us move to the next one. Does books for children use shorter sentences than those for adults? Now, again, whenever we have plural subject, we need to write plural verb only. So here we have two types of word, that is do and does. What we do, does is actually singular form of verb which is usually used with or always used with the singular subject. But if the subject is plural or I, you, or the plural subject, we use do. Now here we have books, and books obviously are plural, and if these are plural, we need to write plural form of verb only. So this does is incorrect over here. It should be replaced with do. So here our answer is A, of course, where does this should be replaced with the word do. So this will be our answer. So the correct sentence will be, do books for children use shorter sentences than those for adults? So this will be the correct sentence. Now let us move to the next question, that is question number 6. Many a man have visited Ayodhya on the occasion of the Pran Pratishtha of the Lord Ram. So this is very nice sentence. Now let us see what will be the answer and what is the error in this sentence. Now of course here it is written many a man. Whenever we have a word many, many is actually an adjective which is always followed by plural noun, that is we write many boys, many people, many men, that is men. But if we have the structure many and after that here we have many or many n, suppose we have a structure many or many n, it should be followed by only singular noun. It should be followed by singular noun as well as singular form of verb. So this is the basic concept, and this is the most important concept. Whenever we have many, it should be followed by plural noun and plural form of verb. But whenever we have the structure many or many n, that means it is followed by singular noun as well as singular form of verb. Many and many n just behave like the word each and every. So basically it behaves like every. So whenever we have the structure many or many n, it is always followed by singular noun as well as singular form of verb. Therefore, here it is written many a men have. This is incorrect. It should be replaced with has. So the error is in part A, where this have should be replaced with has, and the correct sentence will be, as our answer is A, and the correct sentence will be, many a man has visited Ayodhya on the occasion of the Pran Pratishtha of the Lord Ram. So let us move to the next sentence now. Here it is question number 7. The average at which people begin to need eyeglasses vary considerably. Now the average at which people begin to need. Now here we are talking about the average. So the subject is average because we are talking about the average. At which people begin to need eyeglasses. Now this is actually the partitive. Partitive where it begins with the After the subject, whenever we have a proposition, and after that we have the sentence which belongs to that particular subject only, that is known as partitive or adjunct. So the average at which, what type of average? At which people begin to need eyeglasses. So we are talking about average over here, and that is the subject. And average is obviously uncountable, and uncountable is always considered singular. Therefore this average is singular noun. And if this is singular noun, we need singular form of verb to uh, you can say singular form of verb to apply with it. So here it is written worry, where worry means change. So this is the subject that is singular, and we need verb that will be singular again, but worry is plural verb, so it should be replaced with the word varies, there is changes. Therefore, our answer is part D, because this word is incorrect over here. It should be replaced with varies, and the correct sentence will be the average at which people begin to need eyeglasses varies considerably. So this will be the correct sentence. Now let us move to the next one. Now this one is question number 8. We are happy that our Prime Minister with the members of his cabinet are to be present at the function. Now here, whenever we have two subjects, subject 1 and subject 2, and these are connected with any of the conjunctions like, now let me say, with, along with, together with, it is along with, together with, or among, and there can be any conjunction except of you can say either or, neither nor, not only but also and. So except those conjunctions, with, along with, together with, or if I have besides, there is a proposition, or beside, among, it should be beside. Okay, besides can also be there. So if we have any of these conjunctions, or there can be many more, no less than, uh, as well as. So if we have connected two subjects with any of these conjunctions, what we do, the verb depends on the first subject only. This verb depends on the first subject only, or the verb is used according to the first subject only. In this case, verb depends on the first subject, or you can say verb is used according to the first subject only if two subjects are being connected with any of these conjunctions like with, along with, together with, besides, among, beside, no less than, as well as, and not. So we can also have the word and not. So if we have you can say connected two subjects with any of these conjunctions, what we do, the verb is used according to the first subject only. So we are happy that our Prime Minister with the members of his cabinet. Now here we have the verb that is are, but it should replace with is, because it should be used according to the first subject, and that is Prime Minister. So this is the subject 1 and this is the subject 2, which have been connected with the help of with. So these are actually subject 2. So the verb should depend on the first subject. So here this are should be replaced with is. So our answer is C, where this are should be replaced with is. Now let us move to the next one, that is question number 9. All the committee members except one of them was present in the meeting. Again, whenever we have any such conjunction like except, with, together with, beside, besides, or no less than, and not, as well as. So verb depends on the first subject. We have already read this. So here it is written except, but we need to write the verb according to the first subject, and the first subject is all the committee members, that is plural. And if these are plural, so we need to write plural form of verb. So this was should replace with were. So the error is in part C. As you can see over here, this was should be replaced with were. This is very very simple and very important concept as well, because this concept is asked many times in our examination, that whenever we have two subjects connected with any of these conjunctions like with, along with, together with, except, beside, among, amongst, or beside, or no less than, and not, and there are many other conjunctions as well. So we write the verb according to the first subject only, or you can say verb depends on the first subject only. So that is very very important. Now let us move to the next one. He does whatever his father wants him to do. So he does. He is singular subject. Does is correct. Whatever his father. So whatever his father. So this is again another subject. Want him to do. It means whatever his father tells him to do. So here it is written whatever his father wants. His father is singular subject, and if it is singular subject, we need singular form of verb. So this want should be replaced with wants. So here the error is in part C. What is the error? This want should be replaced with wants. Whatever his father wants him to do. Because his father is singular, we need singular form of verb with him. Now let us move to the next one. That is question number 11 now. It is I who has done this, and I will not hesitate to admit it. Now, this one is very, very important again. Whenever we have it as a structure, or whenever we write the subject over there, it should be written in nominative case, that is subject, and the verb, that is, suppose we are writing who, or here we have the verb. Now, this verb should depend on the subject. Now, here it is written, it is I who has. Now, has, this has should be used according to I. Do we use has with I? No, we use have. Therefore, the sentence is incorrect. Here, this has should be replaced with have. So, our error in part B, it is in part B. So, this has should be replaced with have. And the correct sentence will be, it is I who have done this, and I will not hesitate to admit it. So, this will be the correct sentence now. Now, let us move to the next one. The number of marks carried by each question are indicated at the end of each question. Now, whenever we have the word the number of, we have two types of phrases. One is the number of, and another one is a number of. So, we can have these two phrases. First is the number of, and another is a number of. Now, whenever we have this structure, the number of, it is always followed by plural noun, but singular form of verb. Whenever we have the structure of a number of, it should be followed by plural noun and plural form of verb. So these are the two structures which we should keep in mind. These are very, very important. These are very basic rules. The number of just behaves like the collective noun. So whenever we have the number of, it should be followed by plural noun but singular form of verb. But whenever we have the phrase a number of, it is followed by plural noun as well as plural form of verb. Now the number of is actually a specific quantity of something. So the number of marks is plural noun, which is correct, but we need to write singular form of verb. Carried by each question are indicated. So this are should be replaced with is, because this is told for this. So here the error is in part B, where this are should be replaced with is. I hope you understood this question very well. Now let us move to the next one, that is question number 13. The recent changes in the monetary policy have enabled us to aggressively work in this area. Now let me repeat the sentence again. The recent changes in the monetary policy have enabled us to aggressively work in this area. Now the subject is the recent changes. In which? In the monetary policy. So this is partitive, and the subject is the recent changes. We know well that verb depends on the subject, not the partitive. So this does not matter at all. Verb is have, and have is used with the recent changes. Changes are plural, so the subject is plural subject. And if it is plural subject, we need to write plural form of verb. So this have is absolutely correct. Therefore, our answer is no error, because this sentence contains no error. There is no error at all. The sentence which is written is absolutely correct. The verb is used according to the subject. That is fine. Now let us move to the next one. Now, the scheme which will be launched during the next 2 years require an additional investment of 100 crores. Now, this sentence is very, very important, and very good sentence it is. So just try to solve this question first. Here it is written, the scheme which will be launched during the next 2 years require an additional investment of 100 crores. Now let us first see what is the subject in this. The scheme, because we are talking about the scheme, so this is the subject, of course. This is singular because this is one, or this is uncountable. You can say this is one. So this is the subject. What type of scheme? Which will be launched during the next 2 years. So we are talking about that scheme which will be launched during the next 2 years. So this is actually the partitive or the adjunct, or you can say this is actually the attribute. You can say this is telling us, this is giving us the further information. So this is attribute. Attribute is actually a statement that gives further statement or further information about the subject. For example, if I say Ria, my friend, so this my friend is an attribute for Ria. So this is actually the attribute. This is the attribute for the scheme, because here we are further explaining or further giving the information about the scheme, that what is the scheme about, which will be launched during the next 2 years, require an additional investment of 100 crores. So here the verb is require, and the subject is a scheme which is singular, and if it is singular it should be replaced with requires, not require. So it should be requires. Therefore our answer is C. So 2 years requires an additional investment of 100 crores. So this will be the correct answer. So our answer is C. Now let us move to the next one. Recently, the railways has devised a technique that enable trains to move safely through fog. Now, again, this is very, very simple. We are talking about the railways, that is a department, that is why we are using has. That is fine. Yeah, railways are not actually plural, but railways is actually the name of railway. So the railways has, that is correct. Because railways here is just like collective nouns. Devised a technique. They have devised a technique. What type of technique? That enable trains. So technique, what will this do? This will enable the trains. Now technique is uncountable, and if it is uncountable it is singular, and if it is singular, what we need to write? We need to write singular form of verb. So this enable should be replaced with enables. So here the error is in part C. So the correct answer is C, where this enable should be replaced with enables, because the subject technique is singular. Now let us move to the next one. That is question number 16. During our visit to the hill station, we came across signboards which read the area where we was under observation by the neighboring country. So where we was, here it is written where we was, whereas we is actually the plural subject. And if it is the plural subject, we need to write plural form of verb. Now here this was should be replaced with were. So the error is in part C, where this where we was is written. So this should be replaced with we were. So the correct answer is C. And the correct sentences: during our visit to the hill station, we came across signboards which read that the area where we were under observation by the neighboring countries. Where we were under observation by the neighboring country. Now let us move to the next one. Have the pressure of crossing over to the digital been difficult for a firm that ironically democratized the photographic image with its low cost cameras? So we know very well that pressure is singular, and if it is singular or uncountable, it should be followed by singular form of verb, or it should be used with singular form of verb. So because this is interrogative sentence, so we have used the helping verb in the beginning of the sentence. So this have should be replaced with has. So the error is in part A. So A is the correct answer. This have should be replaced with has. That is fine. Now let us move to the next one. Each boy and girl in the class bring a textbook each day. Now, whenever we have a word each, though we have already read concept regarding each in subject verb agreement or in the chapter of the verb, but here we are just doing the questions or the practice questions. So whenever we have the word each and every, they are always followed by singular noun and singular form of verb. Each and every. So here, because it is written each boy and girl, whatever it is, but if the word is each, it should be followed by singular form of verb. That is fine. Now each boy and girl in the class bring a textbook each day. So bring is the verb which should depend on the subject. So this bring should be replaced with brings, because with each and every, wherever they are, or in any manner they are written, we should write only singular form of verb after them. So our answer is C, that is bring a text. So bring should be replaced with brings a text. Now let us move to the next one. That is question number 19. Most of the critics agree that this is one of the best novels that has appeared in recent years. Now, this type of question or these types of questions are very, very easy but important. They are complex too. Now, how? Let us see. Most of the critics, so we are talking about many critics, that is fine. Agree, so subject is plural, verb is plural, that is fine. That, now here one sentence completes that this is one of the best novels. So we are talking about another part, that this is, it means we are talking about one novel, and this is one of the best novels that has appeared in recent years. It means what novels? We are talking about one, but what kind of novels? That has appeared in recent years. It means we are talking about all those novels which have appeared in these recent years. So here the subject will be novels. We are talking about the novels over here. So the subject is novels. We are not talking about one of them. We are talking about all the novels that has should replace with have, that have appeared in recent years. So our answer is C. So this has should be replaced with have. Now this is correct because here we are talking about novels, because we are talking about all those novels. Now let us move to the next one. That is question number 20. A garden usually have flowers and trees in it. Now usually is just the frequency adverb. Frequency adverb. And we write frequency adverb before the verb, before the main verb actually. But whenever we have the frequency adverb, it does not affect the subject. The subject is singular. Garden is singular subject. And if it is singular subject, we need to write singular verb with it. So this have should replace with has. So the error is in part B, where this have should be replaced with has. And the correct sentence will be, a garden usually has flowers and trees in it. Now let us move to the next one. That is question number 21. The police is investigating this area for the recent happening. Now, whenever we have the word police, police is always considered plural. First of all, listen to me very carefully. Police is always considered plural, not singular, because this is not a collective noun. This is common plural noun. This is actually the common plural noun. This is not the collective noun. Collective noun are the nouns which makes the group or which forms the group by collecting many nouns of the same type, and it makes only one group. That is known as collective noun. Whereas police is just police, and we cannot make it singular. Police is always plural. Now, common plural noun. So here we need plural form of verb with it. So we need plural form of verb with it. One more thing is there. If we say policemen, so policemen is singular. Police men will be plural. So there is a difference between police and policemen. So here we are talking about this one. So our answer is A, where this is should replace with R. Now let us move to the next one. Now, this will be question number 22. My elder sister and I am interested in painting and therefore have joined the coaching classes. Now, my elder sister and I. So, we have two subjects over here connected with the word and. So, this is the subject one and this is subject number two. Whenever we connect two subjects together with the help of and, we write only plural form of verb with it. So, here we have subject one and subject two. That is my elder sister and I. So these are two people, and whenever we have two persons of people, it is always followed by plural form of verb. So this M is incorrect over here. It should be replaced with R, because we are talking about two persons, not only one person. Now let us move to the next one. So here answer is B. That is, your am should replace with R. Now let us move to the next one. That is question number 23. The district authorities are making a last-ditch attempt to provide alternative solutions to farmers, but the options is clearly inadequate. Now this is very simple. Here it is written options, which is plural subject, and if it is plural subject, it should be followed by plural form of verb. So this is should be replaced with R. This is should be replaced with R. Now let us move to the next one. These are among the many contentious points that the author make in his controversial book. Now, what does he do? The author make. Now, author is singular subject, so it is followed by singular form of verb. So this make is incorrect. It should be replaced with makes. So the error is in part C, where this make should replace with makes, because here we have singular form of the noun or the subject. Now, let us move to the last question of today's session. That is question number 25. The RBI, which monitors banking operations, do not have resources to carry out investigations as well. So we are talking about RBI. This is the subject which monitors banking operations. Now this is actually the partitive or the adjunct. Now here we are talking about the RBI. What is it? Which monitors banking operations. So we are talking about RBI. Now here RBI, this do not. So this do not should be replaced with the does not. Does not have the resources to carry out investigations as well. Therefore the error is in part B. So our answer is B, where this do not should be replaced with the does not. Well, I hope you understood each and every of these concepts and each and every question very well. I hope these will be helping you out while you are solving your examination or while you are taking your examination. Thanks to you.